Picture this, you plug into your headphones as you start to go about your day, be it walking down the street, working out, getting an assignment out on the day of the deadline. And your favorite song comes on shuffle and you just feel yourself transported to another world. And you feel like you're in a music video of your own. You know the right mood, you know what feels like a sped up shot and what should feel like a slow-mo. You know the part that would make you feel like looking outside a rain-washed window. But where does this language come from? Why do we have the intuition that something should feel like an elaborate choreographed dance number as opposed to something that should feel like a walk deep into the woods? We have this innate sense of understanding of what kind of scenes go well with what kind of music. And this is all thanks to the exposure to the vast library of music videos we have out there. The video is almost inseparable from the music, many a times transforming completely what a song would mean. But where did it all begin? How did music videos transform into what we know today? Join me on this journey as we track the history of music videos across the decades. It is difficult to track down the exact origins of music videos as we know them today. The term itself was coined by J.P. the Big Bopper Richardson for a newspaper article in 1959. However, videos that can be defined as music videos have existed long before. Some may argue that the first instance of a music video was when Edison made a combined use of both a kinetophone and a gramophone to record a violinist and two dancers performing a song. Several such short clips were later used in kinetophones, an invention which is a direct development of the experiment Edison was trying to achieve by combining film and sound. However, kinetophones would soon go out of use as film started evolving more as a medium and projection won over machines that only necessarily offered you a peep show. This kind of concept did, however, evolve into the development of soundies, that is short 3 to 5 minute films that played on jukebox machines during the 1940s. Soundies offer an interesting archival into the preservation of the music and artistry of black musicians, as a lot of these artists' names aren't as well remembered today. Another such artist who deserves to be remembered is Bessie Smith, particularly with the recording of her performance of the song St. Louis Blues in 1929, which resembles a lot of narrative stylings of music videos as we know today. Another forerunner to the concept of music videos was the French scopitone, which was a more advanced development of the jukeboxes that played soundies. Scopitones were in use very much into the late 60s, and the usage shaped the visual language within French music videos. Interestingly, Jean-Luc Godard, a revolutionary French director known for his classic French New Wave films, A Boucle de Souffle and Pirele Fou, also directed Rolling Stones' 1+1, also known as Sympathy for the Devil, that juxtaposed elements of documentary filmmaking, dramatized performances, and poetry readings, aspects of which manifest in a lot of music video presentations we know today. Traveling back to the 40s, we started observing interesting developments in animation with the airing of the Looney Tunes and Tom and Jerry cartoons that often juxtapose symphonic orchestra pieces and animation to create an altered experience from what the piece's original intent was supposed to be. Another such example of animated visuals transforming the original intent of a piece was Disney's Fantasia, using Stravinsky's Rite of the Spring, and the visuals of the film are quite synonymous with the piece, more than its original ballet choreography. Concert films and music documentaries like The Tammy Show also played an essential role in the development of music videos. A notably distinct moment within documentary films is the performance of Bob Dylan's Subterranean Homesick Blues from the concert tour documentary Don't Look Back. These films played a pivotal role in shaping the language of early promotional clips for musicians, as the style of directing these performances also translated to the filming of performers for television shows like Top of the Pops, for which the Beatles had come up with promotional clips for their songs We Can Work It Out and Day Tripper when they were booked for dates to perform. The Beatles' filmography played a significant role in shaping music videos, be it through their musical films like Hard Day's Night and Help, or through unstructured television films like The Magical Mystery Tour, the latter of which was significant in establishing the visual language present in a lot of modern music videos. These visual cues are also present in the promotional clips they shot for a lot of their later music videos. The film Yellow Submarine, which made use of Beatles' songs, established an esoteric language in terms of using animation. What makes Yellow Submarine stand out was, other than the songs themselves, the Beatles weren't a part of the film, and the clips used for songs like Eleanor Rigby and the Northern Song barely featured the Beatles at all. Another interesting development surrounding animation was with the Archies TV show, where a bunch of session musicians performing and credited as the Archies had the charting hit as a fictional band with the single Sugar Sugar in 1968. Parallelly, artists like Pink Floyd and the Kinks were also contributing to shaping narratives within promotional clips, with Pink Floyd incorporating surrealist themes within the narrative, and the Kinks being attributed to introducing narrative formats that resemble the standard three-act structure. As we approached the 70s and film had completely transitioned to color by this stage, we also began to see a lot more artists beginning to incorporate these promotional clips to play on television bricks. A lot of these promotional clips still primarily revolved around filming the performances, but by this point they had become quite more elaborate in terms of their set presentation. A lot of these clips started focusing on the development of the personas the artists would like to present with their music, with one of the great examples being ABBA with their clip for Waterloo that was filmed after their win at the Eurovision Song Contest in 1974. ABBA would go on to film a promotional clip for every one of their singles, and the presentation within these clips started getting more creative and dynamic with each release. David Bowie was also experimenting with his presentation with his promo clips, albeit in ways different to ABBA. Bowie began experimenting with his presentation as an artist by having a character attached to each album cycle. This aspect wasn't as prominent as early in his career, but one could still observe this development through his early music videos, such as the one for Life on Mars. Queen was also one of the bands who were constantly pushing boundaries both sonically and in terms of presentation as a band. And one of the core culmination points of this is best observed with Bohemian Rhapsody in 1975. Bohemian Rhapsody was already a song that pushed boundaries thanks to its 6-minute length, considered unmarketable by the standards of a radio single. The song, however, went on to become the Christmas #1 single on the UK charts of the year, and one of the supporting factors driving the success was its iconic promo clip made to be aired on Top of the Pops, that incorporated several editing techniques and striking visual imagery that were novel to promotional clips at the time. The striking imagery of the members of Queen standing silhouetted remains iconic to this day, often being referenced as a visual shorthand in several media across the decades. The popularity of Bohemian Rhapsody's promotional clip led to a surge in artists also making promotional clips for their music, and this subsequently gave rise to programming blocks revolving around the showcase of these promo clips. One such programming block was the Australian broadcasting company's Countdown, often considered a precursor to MTV. Countdown began airing in 1974, and the programming, as the name suggests, featured a countdown of the top hits at the time of the episode airing. The show was an hour-long segment that featured performances by artists, but also included promo clips in tandem with the host Molly Meldrum presenting and introducing the acts to the audience. Countdown was one of the earliest programs to have promo clips, which by late 70s were commonly referred to as music videos. A lot of bands that would have been lost in the shuffle started gaining popularity thanks to their appearance on Countdown. The show was also prominent in shaping the landscape of Australian music as seen with the acts like AC/DC in the 70s, creating promo clips that would appear on Countdown with the video for their 1976 hit It's a Long Way to the Top If You Want to Rock and Roll. Subsequently, there was a need for programs to showcase music videos as a part of their co-programming, and this gave birth to programs such as Pop Clips on Nickelodeon, that is considered another precursor to MTV, down to its presentation style of having a jockey on set introduce the clips before they played. With the rise in popularity of both the creation and viewership of these promo clips, one can observe a change in presentation styles of the bands themselves, leaning more towards their overall appearance, be it with Kiss and their iconic makeup, or Kraftwerk having an esoteric robot like presentation with their performances. Musical acts like Kate Bush and Michael Jackson also started to incorporate dance as a means of enhancing the musical presentation in their respective clips. It was not just about the music, but it was also about how desirable the musician looked to the viewer, and the era of the glamorous presentation was on the rise. Music videos as a tool for marketability and establishing a dimension to the music performance were on the rise, and this all culminated in the birth of a brand new television channel with its entire programming block dedicated to music and airing of music television, MTV, in 1981. MTV, aptly standing for Music Television, was a channel geared towards 24 hours of music content. The first music video that was aired on MTV was the prophetic video for the song titled Video Killed the Radio Star by the Buggles. The programming of MTV was characterized by its VJs, video jockeys drawing in from their counterparts, radio jockeys, who did their part as the host, introducing the songs that were to be played next on the programming block. The programming of MTV contained a wide array of music videos from a range of genres from new wave to funk to disco to rock. MTV's rising popularity resulted in artists now viewing music videos as an integral and essential part when it came to promotional singles. It became a staple for artists to have a music video tied to the singles. There was a lot more budget put into the creation of these music videos, with David Bowie's video for Ashes to Ashes in 1980 being one of the most expensive music videos produced at the time. A lot of artists who would have otherwise not seen immense popularity purely on the merits of the radio single started seeing success thanks to being played on MTV. This also set precedent for artists to make music videos stand out from the rest of the airplay on the channel. Artists started incorporating elaborate imagery and narrative threads within these videos to make them stand out from the crowd. One of the stars to heavily incorporate music videos as a part of her presentation was Madonna, with her seminal music videos for Like a Virgin and Material Girl. Music videos also began referencing film tropes and conventions, with Madonna's Material Girl drawing directly from Marilyn Monroe's performance of Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend. A lot of rock and new wave acts greatly benefited from the medium of music videos, as it gave them an additional dimensionality that would not have been possible by the strength of radio alone. Acts like Duran Duran were one of the first acts to start incorporating plot threads within their music videos, such as Girls on Film and Hungry Like a Wolf. Music videos as a medium had substantial influence and impact in shaping how music was produced and consumed. Hence, awards were introduced to honor the best of music videos, with the Grammys introducing the category for Best Long Form Music Video and the Grammy Award for Best Video Short Form, with Duran Duran winning both of the pioneering awards for the compilation film Duran Duran and the videos Hungry Like a Wolf / Girls on Film respectively. MTV introduced its award show, awarding the best of music videos with a range of categories like Best Music Video, Best Male and Female Music Video, Best Choreography, etc. The MTV VMA Video Vanguard Award honored the artists who were pivotal in shaping music videos as a medium and pushing its boundaries further. The Beatles and David Bowie were the first recipients of this award for their significant contribution to music videos as a craft. Speaking of contributions to the developments in music videos, one could not go without mentioning the seminal music video for Michael Jackson's Thriller. This 9-minute short film was truly a video one of its kind, which added an intro skit before the music even began in the video. This kind of incorporation of adding additional scenes and narrative beyond the song's playtime was first seen in the case of Thriller. The music part of the video itself features an elaborately choreographed number which paid homage to horror cinema. The imagery from the video remains instantly recognizable, from the shot of Michael eating popcorn amidst a scared audience to his iconic red jacket and the instantly recognizable dancing zombies. The making film for Thriller also won the Grammy for the long form music film. Michael Jackson would continue to release long form videos in his repertoire, with the 18-minute film directed by Martin Scorsese for the song Bad. This video also draws heavily from the existing gangster films, in this case, the film directly referencing the choreography from West Side Story. Michael Jackson's legacy in being a pioneer towards both long form narrative driven music videos and his efforts in pushing the craft forward led to him winning the VMA Video Vanguard Award in 1988, and the award is named the Michael Jackson Video Vanguard Award in his honor. Artists also started incorporating techniques of presentation with dire straits, making use of early computer animation for presenting the lyrics in the song Money for Nothing, with the song itself directly referencing MTV in one of its lyrics. Artists also played with the means of presentation where they distanced themselves from the video, with the iconic music video for Aha's Take On Me, which places the band secondary to the overall plot of the video, which revolves around the comic book character trying to escape his confines to meet the protagonist. There are also instances where the video's visuals almost negate the artist's presence in the video, as seen in the video for Peter Gabriel's Sledgehammer and Genesis' Land of Confusion. As music videos evolved, a fair share of artists started to incorporate provocative imagery within their music videos as a means to grab the attention of the viewers. MTV, with its rising popularity, also needed to appeal to the masses, and MTV developed a precedent for banning music videos that drew the ire of mass public. Despite being an era-defining music video, Duran Duran's Girls on Film was initially banned on air for its provocative imagery. Another egregious example of a music video being banned was Queen's I Want to Break Free, as the network believed it was promoting cross-dressing when the members were simply parodying Coronation Street, a British sitcom. However, given Freddie Mercury's legacy, the song has gone on to become an LGBTQ+ anthem for both its lyrical themes and transgressive nature of the music video. MTV also had an infamous reputation for limiting the airplay of music videos by black artists or pushing their videos to nighttime slots.
We're being sat in the back of the bus television style. And if Pittman gets away with this, and there are other cable shows that form, they're going to try it.
Promotion managers for black-owned companies have yet to get a video on MTV.
I was hoping that they would at least accept the song for the song and the creativity for the creativity.
A lot of other videos tended to get banned based on the complaints registered by the public at large and the restrictive primetime television guidelines. However, artists pushing boundaries with bolder and unabashed expressions in their videos helped move forward trends and ways narratives within music videos evolved. As time progressed, music videos were marked by the quality of setting and defining trends that would go on to shape the pop culture conventions in the late 80s and carry on to the 90s. This era was marked by the rise of upcoming directors who established themselves by directing music videos. One such director was David Fincher, who started out by being a music video director. Apart from his critically acclaimed films, which he would go on to direct, he is also well known for directing Madonna's seminal 1990 music video for Vogue. The video for Vogue was culturally very significant as it helped bring both the form of voguing and house music, both of which originated from the gay club scene. The period of this music video release was also crucial as it was during the height of the AIDS pandemic, which resulted in the propagation of panic towards gay people by the then conservative government. It was a bold statement that the music video featured artists belonging to the LGBTQ community. A lot of music videos evolved into these larger-than-life participation spectacles, such as U2's Where the Streets Have No Names in 1987, revolving around U2 having this unannounced impromptu performance for a music video where people can join in and be a part of it. While in stark contrast, we had the music video of Sleep Now in the Fire in 2000, that had Rage Against the Machine perform outside the New York Stock Exchange as an act of protest, which led to the doors of the stock exchange be shut for the day thanks to the number of people the stunt attracted. Coming back to the 90s, Fincher also directed George Michael's Freedom 90, which featured the five models Naomi Campbell, Linda Evangelista, Tatiana Patitz, Christy Turlington, and Cindy Crawford from the cover of the January 1919 Vogue, lip syncing to the lyrics of the song. The song itself talks about George Michael's most cynical take on his position within the music industry, and it was one of the rare instances where he didn't appear in the music video. The 90s as a whole would take on a much more cynical look towards societal workings, as it was the decade right after the decade of excesses and yuppieism that was the 80s. Rock had completely shifted gears from the loud expressions of hair metal to a more grounded approach in presentation. While these videos weren't devoid of sizable budgets, they started shifting gears towards realism and a notable presence of teenage crowds and expression, as it was the youth of the 90s that were rebelling towards the antiquities of the decade prior. Cynicism also led to the prevalence of irony both in terms of lyricism and narratives within the videos. A lot of 90s acts such as Primus thrived off creating strange and surreal music videos featuring otherworldly characters instead of the band itself. This kind of imagery also bled into mainstream rock acts like Nirvana and Soundgarden, with the music videos for Black Hole Sun and Heart Shaped Box. Black Hole Sun talks about the sense of impending doom that will come to wash us all away, and the video features seemingly normal suburban scapes with people bearing uncanny smiles. While the video of Heart Shaped Box talked about Kurt Cobain's toxic relationship with his partner, and the video's imagery harkens to the tone of the lyrics. Spike Jonze was one of the prominent directors that emerged from this scene, where he directed music videos for groups like Beastie Boys, Weezer, and Sonic Youth. While he had his share of directing grounded music videos such as Weezer's Undone and the Chemical Brothers' Electrobank, he was well known for executing concepts with whimsical touches and strange high concepts with Sabotage for Beastie Boys, Buddy Holly for Weezer, and Cannonball for the Breeders. This kind of thematic presentation would also go on to show in his most recognizable film Her in 2013, whose central plot revolves around a man falling in love with an AI. Speaking of high concepts within music videos, the work of Michel Gondry stands out as remarkable. Some of his notable works include directing music videos for Björk, one of the standouts being the video for Bachelorette that incorporated the Droste effect. His music video for Let Forever Be by the Chemical Brothers is also iconic for its elaborate use of film effects used to portray the interplay between a woman's dream and her everyday life. Trends are also developing within the hip hop scene, with early music videos having a pretty grounded approach, with musicians often filming these videos in the neighborhoods they belong to. Rap as a genre itself was very rooted in representing the region you came from, and it also defined the sound of the music that was produced. Thanks to such an intrinsic tie to one's region, the same quality of representing the region also carried on to more extreme subgenres like gangster rap. The quality of uniqueness in the development of hip hop also gave rise to a lot of groups varying in different subgenres, be it the New Jack Swing groups like Bell Biv DeVoe, to rap collectives like NWA and the Wu-Tang Clan. Within the sphere of New Jack Swing, Janet Jackson released a music video for Rhythm Nation and the 30-minute accompanying film Rhythm Nation 1814 that had a message of harmony and unity, and this earned her the Video Vanguard Award. Within R&B, artists like Alia were setting musical and stylistic trends that have gone on to inspire artists to this day. Styles and fashion worn by the artists within hip-hop music videos would also largely go on to shape street fashion trends moving forward. With the growing mainstream popularity of hip-hop, a lot of braggadocious rap also emerged, with equally opulent music videos showcasing a rapper's wealth, status, and entourage would become a mainstay theme even to this day. A lot of 90s rap videos also had an emerging inclination towards surreal concepts and sci-fi themes and visuals, which would go on to shape elements of Afrofuturism movement that would emerge. Hype Williams is a director who's not only quintessential to hip-hop videos alone, but also one of the leading music video directors of 90s. His work remains pivotal in shaping the visual grammar within hip hop videos, and a lot of stylistic elements have carried on to this day. MTV was still a dominant presence in terms of broadcasting music videos, and alternate channels like VH1 also started gaining their footing within the world of music television, with VH1's significant part of the programming revolving around sharing the behind the scenes of music production with iconic programs like Behind the Music and VH1 Storytellers. MTV also started having alternate programming within its run, with Liquid Television that housed animated series like Beavis and Butthead. Beavis and Butthead were also connected to music, as each episode would contain song snippets with characters commenting on the songs and videos. In 1997, MTV started airing Total Request Live, a successor to their previous programming of Dial MTV. Total Request Live, popularly known as TRL, played the top 10 most voted songs as voted by the viewers via phone or online. TRL was a huge hit with the teen audiences of the late 90s, and it directly led to the popularity of 90s pop icons like Britney Spears and boy bands like NSYNC and Backstreet Boys. Pop acts of this period were very driven by heavily choreographed music videos, with one of the leading icons, Britney Spears, known for her dancing skills, and the boy bands making use of synchronized group choreographies to heighten the music video. Interestingly, the 90s overall sentiment of cynicism also carried on to one of NSYNC's music video for Bye Bye Bye, where the band positioned themselves as puppets to the fans' whims. The album is also titled No Strings Attached and establishes an overlying concept, a trend that will show up in K-pop in the future. Backstreet Boys' Everybody serves almost like a successor to the themes of Michael Jackson's Thriller, with this video also drawing heavily from tropes and conventions of the horror genres. Another emerging genre that saw popularity on TRL was nu metal, a combination of rap, rock, and metal, and the music videos also presented an eclectic blend of themes from both genres. With the developments in computer generated animation, bands also began incorporating sci fi adjacent themes within their work. One of these examples is Linkin Park's In the End, which portrays a dystopian landscape akin to those found in early video games. Limp Bizkit, on the other hand, drew more from the aspects of hip-hop and streetwear, which is seen in their videos for Break Stuff and Rollin'. The video for Rollin' also features cameos from actors Ben Stiller and Stephen Dorff, a trend of celebrities appearing in music videos that will only carry on from this point onwards. Korn took a completely different approach to making use of animation in their now iconic music video for Freak on a Leash. Something phenomenal that happened in terms of combining animation and music was the conception of the virtual band Gorillaz by the frontman of Blur, Damon Albarn, and the artist Jamie Hewlett. With these characters as stand-in for musicians performing behind the scenes, the Gorillaz were able to evolve past the confines of genres, and even their earliest records featured prominent hip-hop collaborators. The Gorillaz videography contains a wide array of animation styles varying from video to video, with the central band members staying constant within the different stylistic interpretations. Music videos in the early 2000s served as a culmination of all the thematic, stylistic, and technological developments made from the previous decade. Music videos became inseparable from the music. It was unusual to not have a music video attached to the single. The VMAs remained one of the most culturally dominant forces throughout the music industry across the 90s and the 2000s, with several of pop culture's most defining moments happening at the VMAs. An artist who was significant to the development of music videos in the 2000s was Kanye West. To go completely off script here, nobody can condone what Kanye has been doing or saying for the past few days. It's just morally reprehensible for him to be going out and saying shit like this. And unfortunately, man's had an impact on music, hip hop as a whole, and to contextualize how music videos evolved, we would be forced to talk about his impact at some point or other. So let's view his work for not just Kanye, the single individual, but also the gaffers, the directors, the crew, the actors, and every single person who was involved in the conception of the art that was put out. It is difficult to separate and view in this regard, and it's unfortunate that Kanye has decided to go on and throw out his legacy like this. But for the sake of contextualization, we go on with the script talking about his work around music videos. Amidst a slew of hip hop videos that were indulgent in opulence, Kanye's music videos stand out in terms of the themes they follow, with Jesus Walks and its three different video iterations. The video of Through the Wire that made unique use of compositing software to chronicle Kanye's journey of recording the song when he had to have his mouth wired shut due to an accident. Or Stronger, which was a collaboration with Daft Punk that drew influences directly from the Japanese manga Akira. Daft Punk themselves married anime to their music with their film Interstellar 555, which served as a visual companion to their album Discovery. Artists like Britney Spears were still creating iconic music videos in 2000s with I'm a Slave for You and Toxic. Beyonce, who had now established herself as a solo artist, was on her way to define herself as the pop music juggernaut that she is today, with the sheer aura and presence she brought in her music videos to the table. In the mid 2000s, the landscape of music videos would completely shift with the introduction of YouTube as a video sharing platform in 2005. While initially used as a website for sharing clips with friends and families, artists soon began uploading their music videos to YouTube, and this opened the floodgates for anyone to upload their own music video, be it by a larger musician or a small self-producing indie act. YouTube also acted as an avenue for video uploads that were considered unsafe for television viewing, and one such artist who greatly benefited from this is Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga often made use of challenging and provocative visuals as a part of her musical presentation, and while her videos initially received limited airplay on TV, they went on to garner a lot of attention on YouTube, cementing her as one of the prominent acts of the late 2000s and 2010s. YouTube essentially positioned itself as the MTV of the 2000s, with a lot of musical acts gaining traction and virality on YouTube. The music video for Here It Goes by OK Go was one of the earliest examples of music videos being popular thanks to its virality. The imagery of the four band members performing the routine on treadmills and its easily imitable nature made it spread around as an internet challenge for people to recreate. The internet also brought fame to artists like MIA, a video for Jimmy referencing the disco stylings of old Bollywood movies, as the song itself samples the hit Jimmy Jimmy from the film Disco Dancer. Her video for the song Boys, whose beat draws inspiration from Ghana party traditions from South India, and the West Indian soca stylings featured huge crews of Jamaican dancers juxtaposed against vibrant colored backgrounds. YouTube could almost be positioned as the platform that killed MTV. The channel by this time had far moved away from its music television roots and had morphed into a reality television network. With YouTube, the audiences don't have to sit through a trudge of videos. Rather, they can choose what they want to listen to, and YouTube's ever-improving learning algorithm recommends the viewer the videos they would be most likely to click on. YouTube also played a significant role in making music videos from any part of the globe easily accessible to the viewer, unrestricted by the geographical limitations of television programming. This has led to the popularity of a lot of artists garnering international audiences that they wouldn't have otherwise. One such song that greatly owes itself to YouTube for its magnanimous success is Psy's 2013 hit Gangnam Style. The song is almost entirely in Korean down to its title, which references the Gangnam district in Seoul. Gangnam Style started growing popular outside South Korea thanks to its instantly memorable choreography for the chorus and an otherwise quite outlandish music video. Psy was no stranger to success in his home country, hailing from YG Entertainment, considered one of the big three K-pop entertainment agencies. However, he had been a completely unknown presence to the general public outside South Korea, making him the first exposure to K-pop for many people. K-pop, while having been around as an established genre only since the 90s, was a dominating presence in the popular music of South Korea. K-pop as a genre had a uniquely propositioned music distribution pipeline. Each album release had a title track attached to it, and the physical album contained photo cards and a booklet with a photo shoot whose themes matched with the title track of the album. Each album era came in with a different type of concept, and these would range from sugary bubblegum pop to house music or even music inspired by the stylings of rock. These groups often incorporate choreographed sequences juxtaposed with either an overarching plot across a yearly cycle, with BTS and the Most Beautiful Moment in Life series, and the series of music videos that accompanied the cycle. Or the groups could opt for singular one-time concepts like a biker concept or a school concept, etc. K-pop groups also incorporate an overarching larger storyline for the fan bases to interact and engage with, and that would appear across the entire videography as a larger theme and occurrence. Groups also uniquely split their discographies by the styles they follow. For example, with Red Velvet splitting their catalog with distinct red side and velvet sides, which is made even more apparent with the presentation in their music videos. While K-pop groups and soloists have existed throughout, it is thanks to YouTube that K-pop has reached wide international audiences despite the language barrier. K-pop's popularity has also led to companies incorporating K-pop into their advertising strategies, and the unique manifestation of this phenomenon was with the group KDA, created by Riot Games to promote the in-game KDA skins of their characters and the League of Legends World Championship in South Korea in the year 2018. The group featured characters from the game whose singing voices were provided by a range of singers, two of whom belonged to the K-pop group G-Idol. The music video that was attached to the song Pop Stars reached such unprecedented degrees of success that the group went on to have a follow-up song with an extended play attached to it. Groups like BTS have reached unprecedented international success. To a point, they contribute 0.5% to the Korean economy as a group alone. Long-form videos were also making a comeback, with Lady Gaga's 7-minute video for Born This Way serving as a bold statement of pride and proclamation for the LGBTQ community. The Beastie Boys shot a 30-minute film, Beastie Boys, Fight for Your Right Revisited, that served as a direct continuation of their video Fight for Your Right from 1986. The members of the band, however, are played by actors Elijah Wood, Seth Rogen, and Danny McBride, with a slew of celebrity cameos across the board. Kanye directed his own film Runaway with the screenplay by Hype Williams, which would serve as a companion piece to his album My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Several other rappers started drawing inspiration from Kanye's videography, and his videos really helped hip-hop videos grow into a surrealist expression it possesses today. Donald Glover, aka Childish Gambino's videography, in collaboration with the director Hiro Murai, with a set of videos for the album Because the Internet, features surrealist imagery which is tied into the whole theme of existentialism in the internet age. His music video for This Is America featured a lot of heavily coded imagery and was considered one of the most significant videos of the 2010s. The internet culture has truly come to shape music videos in very interesting ways, as seen with Clipping's music video for Wriggle, which is entirely made out of popular GIFs. Clipping's videography also includes a lot of surrealist imagery, with the videos for Shooter and Inside Out visualizing every word presented in the song, or the visual for Summertime juxtaposing rapper Daveed Diggs' facial features onto people. Music videos were not just a marketing tool anymore. They were a culture-defining statement for many artists, and they served as a means for them to make a socio-political statement. This is very clearly seen within Beyoncé's later discography, where the videos served as significant statements of bold femininity with the video for Run the World, and pride in being a black artist in the video for Formation. Her body of work would evolve to lead to the film Black is King in 2020, which was a showcase of themes of black pride and an exploration of black heritage. Her video with Jay-Z for the song Ape Shit for the collaboration project The Carters was shot in the Louvre, and marks a significant statement for two prominent black artists to shoot a music video in a European museum. Kendrick Lamar's music videos are seminal in terms of presentation, with his video for Alright confronting racially motivated police brutality, while the video for Humble presenting a video within the stylings of brag rap, but has a unique take on positioning his status in the rap industry with images and lyrics making social commentary within the context of a brag rap. Tyler the Creator has a unique standing within the world of music videos. Tyler started as a shock rapper with his egregious lyricism and an even more egregious music video for the song Yonkers, which had him eat a cockroach on film, and the video eventually escalates with his character taking his own life. Despite the controversiality of the video, it was responsible for putting Tyler's name on the map and also earning him a VMA nomination for the Best Music Video in 2011. Tyler also directed this music video himself, with him attributing his direction credits to his alter ego named Wolf Haley. Tyler's videos would start adapting a very cinematic quality to them as the albums progress, with the videos for Flower Boy signaling the change in the presentation for the artist. The videos for his album Igor are directly tied to the concept and the story of the album, while the ones for his latest project Call Me When You Get Lost look as if they belong within the universe of a long-running television series. Speaking of acts that owe to the internet culture to such an extent that they were dubbed as internet's own boy band, was the Texas-based rap collective Brockhampton. Brockhampton as a collective comprised of the 6 performers along with their co-music producers, graphic designers, web designers, and directors. A truly self-sustaining collective of members. The music videos, especially the ones of the Saturation trilogy, shot them to internet success. The eccentricity that tied these videos together was they all featured the character of Roberto before the video started, followed by the shenanigans of the band across their hometown. The plot thread of Roberto as a character continued within the Saturation trilogy albums. The group had a charting hit with their song Sugar once it hit popularity on the video platform TikTok. Interestingly, the first video for Sugar had a sci-fi theme and followed a strange alien lip-syncing to the song. But after it had become a hit on TikTok, the song got an alternate video featuring the members of the band. In the current landscape, audio and video remixing platforms like TikTok and Instagram Reels are capable of breathing new life into any type of song that has potential to become the next TikTok challenge. Artists have now started creatively incorporating aspects that would make their songs go viral on TikTok, be it by having a dance challenge attached to the song or some interesting challenge that can be recreated by anyone and hit virality. These platforms have also changed how videos are formatted, with vertical format videos becoming a viable trend, and with the growth and popularity of VR giving rise to the incorporation of 360-degree music videos. Music videos have been a constantly evolving medium, and in the 2020s, one can almost see the existence of videos almost take precedence over the music, as it is as easily accessible to view videos as it is to listen to music. Recommendation algorithms have also created a landscape where artists can easily appeal to a niche for success. And thanks to easily accessible sources, anyone can learn to edit their own music videos, which is seen across many fan creation ecosystems such as AMVs, which stands for Anime Music Videos, and MAD, which stands for Music Anime Doga, from the 2000s making use of animation clips set to song as an edit, and the trend's current manifestation within TikTok thanks to its editing tools that make it easy for anyone to set their own photos and videos to a song clip they like. It would be truly interesting to see this new decade of 2020s be shaped by this type of interaction landscape. So, hi, if you made it till this point of the video, thanks for sticking out till the end. I really appreciate it. I know it's like not the best of video essays, but it's still an attempt, and I hope I did a semi-decent job at getting it out there. And yeah, I don't have anything specifically to plug or promote other than like a coffee page. So if you like the video, do consider checking it out. And yeah, thanks once again for staying this long.